but now you are free from the power of sin and have become slaves of God. Now you do those things that lead to holiness and result in eternal life, which we've touched on a little bit about plucking things out, and
Definitely,
sanctification is basically what you're talking
and
about.
realizing you are a slave to one thing or the other. There is no getting away from it.
Yeah. And there's a good little devotional here after it, but I think the beginning of the second
Oh
paragraph
my gosh, bro.
is great. It's like, what makes Christianity a relationship rather than a religion? It's that God looks at us and says, I don't want your pious worship, your money, or your good deeds. I want you. He desires to spend eternity with you. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, like spelling it out just right there.
If I was met with that as a teenager rather than the
Mm,
tracks and the "you're going to hell" as I'm going into a concert,
yeah.
you know,
No,
my
absolutely.
course might have changed a little bit earlier.
And so what's cool about this Bob Beeman guy, I've got 2 books here. One is the Metal Devo, and the other one is great. It's, seriously, Letters to Myself at 21, which I think we may have touched on earlier. Like, 21,
Wow.
what would you write to
Oh
yourself at
my
21?
gosh, dude.
Um, and this guy, like, this pastor was a huge advocate for Christian metal back in, like, the late '80s, early '90s, and he's remained a part of the metal community, but he's got some really cool stuff. I'm gonna put a link to his stuff in the description for this video, but he does, like, a daily sorta sit down with coffee and
Okay.
little nugget of
Hmm.
truth every day, and one of the cool things that he does is he works with the homeless ministry
Okay.
there in Nashville,
Nice.
and, they meet under a bridge
Hmm.
on certain days of the weekends and give out a
Okay.
bunch of food and stuff. So, anyway, Pastor Bob Beeman, pretty good stuff as far as another resource to
Yeah.
go down and some content to really help maybe even witness to your fellow metalhead brother, you know?
At least learn how to communicate to them,
Yeah, if nothing
because we
else.
could become churchified real quick.
Well, and I'm telling you, one of the things before we're done with this segment that we'll really talk about is music is just another language,
Yeah.
you know?
Another way of communication.
Um, so this next part of this, anyone that was around in the '80s, late '80s probably,